A nice live shot here at State Farm Stadium, opened in 2006 here in Glendale, Arizona. Up next, we'll keep it within the NFC for this game between the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. Chad Ryland will have the honor of getting us started, and away we go in Glendale. Corey Ballantyne to return this. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Come on, Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. To the air with Love. His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Garrett Williams. And the Cardinals take over after returning it inside the red zone. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And that really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next? Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
On the ground, this is Trey Benson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Ready to throw here on 3rd. He brings it in. And he'll have a pickup of 3, which is good enough to make it 1st and goal.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Benson is in for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Trey Benson, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get it out of the way, big time.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Here's Ballantyne on the return.
On the return. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. Play action. Love. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Just about every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad, just could not haul it in.
2nd and 10. Love trying again. That's the rookie from Texas hauling it in. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
First down.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Here we go. Red, yellow, 43.
Love from the gun. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
First down, ball at the 36. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he hurries forward here for a 9-yard gain. Second down coming up.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. Love now to throw. Setting up the running back screen. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers trim the lead to 1. Marshawn Lloyd with the touchdown. Well, Brock, I think you and I both saw that one coming together from up here, and it became clear pretty quickly that if they got things going, that one could go the distance.
Yeah, the 6 points earned on any screen pass touchdown. I'd give half a point to the sell job of a quarterback, half a point to the effort of the running back, but 5 of those points to the big guys in front of them. They're the most important ones out there on that play, and in the best of times, they clear lane for a touchdown just like that one.
On the return, here's Jones. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Headed out right. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. It's the connection to James Conner. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Completed over the middle. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
32-yard line.
Play action now, Murray. Finds Benson out of the backfield. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
Back to the air, Murray. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
2nd and 3 now. The give now to Benson. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
I don't don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Going to the ground again on first. Look at that work, churning those legs, driving across the 15. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's a Cardinals first down.
To me, now is the time to step on the gas. And you see this more and more in today's game, and it's the right move. Get that explosive run, get right back to the line of scrimmage, and don't let this defense breathe.
They'll run it here. It's James Conner. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. He gets a 9 on the ground. A good pickup and a second down.
Brings up 2nd and inches.
They give up the gut to Benson. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cardinals break the tie here in the first. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Ryland tacks on the extra point. And the Cardinals take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
14. Packers 7.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Here's Ballantyne on the return. Showing a little burst so far. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10. There we go, counter. It's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A gain of 12. First down.
And before they can break the huddle, we've hit the end of our first quarter. It's a 14-7 game. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They've got a first to begin the frame. They stick with Jacobs. And second down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Here's 2nd and 11. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile.
Come on.
Love out of the shotgun. That's completed right side. Picked up a good chunk, but they stop him shy of the first. It's 4th and short.
You can earn your money. In the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Only 2 yards to the marker, and they're going for it here on 4th. They're going to go. It's Love. Pass brought in by Watson. Down to the 10. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Christian Watson with the touchdown. Well, Brock, even with it being possibly the most popular route for teams to go to, sometimes you get it on the slants, you find yourself in the gap to turn it into much more, including what we just saw, 6 points.
All this time on task between you and I together, why do you think it's the most popular route?
Easy for the QB?
Yeah, I mean, short distance, easy for the QB, and it's also great versus man or zone. There really is not a defense that you can employ out there when you execute it right and you execute it on time. The big plays, and sometimes like this, touchdowns will follow.
And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
And their own 22-yard line.
Cardinals into formation. It's 1st and 10. Kyler throwing here. Short pass brought in. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he's taken to the ground after a nice push downfield.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They make the tackle at the 38. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Murray here on 1st down. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Harrison secures this left side. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
Marvin Harrison Jr. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Throwing again, Murray. He's got the pride complete. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's another Cardinals. 1st and 10.
Shotgun handoff to Connor. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Murray. Left side into the hands of McBride. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
You know, I like the completions. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The kick by Ryland is good. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. McCole Hardman now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. And off to Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Four yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Love. Pass caught out right by Golden. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll be 1st down Packers. We're at the 2-minute warning, Brock, of what has been a high-scoring game so far. The Packers trailing in the early going. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing, it's Love. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Still going past the 40. Past the 20. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Jacobs running behind center. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Third down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive.
Here we go.
Love from the gun. He's got his man. This is Kraft. It's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take the lead just before halftime. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
17.
On now is McManus to kick this away. On the return, here's Jones. Jukes out of one stop, and he's out of bounds up beyond the 30. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. Run on 1st down. Here's Murray. He's got Harrison. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the 1st down.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Chased out to his right. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. DiMercato bringing it back. This drive will start inside the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Go on, Hurt.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Running for the marker on second. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Cardinals, first down. First and 10 at the 36.
Operating from the gun, here's Murray. That pass is complete to McBride. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
From the 42. Finds Benson out of the backfield. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. It's Benson on the give. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. It was Kenny Clark on the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
It's McBride downfield, and he's got it. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals take the lead right away in half number 2. Trey McBride, the touchdown. Ryland now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cardinals push their lead to 3. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. First call here coming from the shotgun. Third quarter starts with a run from Jacobs. The drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Come on, set. 6. Yellow. 22. Ready.
Love out of the shotgun. That's incomplete on second down. Not on the same page with his tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Love finds his man. It's Kraft. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on 3rd down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage, offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success.
And that'll hit and get out of bounds. Left some meat on the bone with that one.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Now Murray. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give the quarterback a chance.
Has him on the quick hitter. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Murray from the pistol. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Benson now from the gun. And progress finally halted after he picks up a chunk.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Benson. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. Touchdown, Cardinals! Trey Benson with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. This defense for the Cards, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
To throw now. Here's Love. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. It was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up first downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. Hey, look at this defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. They work now on 2nd and 9. Throwing. Love. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
They'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock. This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Love looking to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Come on. Ready.
Love now. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Daniel wheeling on now to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Murray now to throw. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. The Cardinals at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a second down and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this will be a Packers first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run on first down. It's Lloyd. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Gain of 4 brings up second down at the 37-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Counter play with Jacobs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Here's Love. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw, it's Murray. A short one here caught by McBride. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
In punt formation for the Cardinals.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
31-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
His throw incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And now he's too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete. Here's Daniel Whelan now.
In punt formation for the Packers.
Fielded at the 20. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, Murray. Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And the coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Throwing again, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going for it. It's Murray. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turned it into a short gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 5. Now the veteran workhorse. Here's James Conner. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Now a 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. And this one's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Murray. Flushed out right. That is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And finally he's out of bounds, but how about that return? All the way inside the 20 and into the red zone.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line. Well, we know it's a tough mission for this defense to hold them to a field goal after that long kick return, but they're one play away from doing it.
They certainly are very close to accomplishing what they needed to get done because they've treated this like a sudden change. You know, when the offense turns the ball over on a fumble or an interception, before you go out, you get together as a deep.
And he's going to go down. Safe back at the 13-yard line. Walter Nolan brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Cards are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Once again, it's Jacobs. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Love from the gun. A quick throw there is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a 1st down.
In motion goes the tight end. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Given 3 on the screen, he couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that's a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs... to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And that will force a turnover on down. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Murray now.
Short one here, caught by McBride.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Murray. He completes it to Jones. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Murray off play action. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Benson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, here in this third quarter, the whole complexion of the ball game flips on a dime there, CD. This is back to a one-score game.
And sometimes when your offense is sputtering, you as a defensive unit have to take it upon yourselves to say, we've got to go out there, maybe take a few chances along the way, and see if we can generate some points ourselves. And lo and behold, they were able to deliver.
14.
I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Throwing now is Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Harrison. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Here's Murray. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Jacobs going to try the middle. Work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
121 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down, right around the 18-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by McManus is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. That It's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be second down.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
On play action, it's Murray. They'll buy some time right. Call it a gain of a yard. And 3rd and 1 now.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and 1.
The carry here for the big tight end.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Murray.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. And just nowhere to go for Connor. Defense gets to him, and they mark him short. 4th down now after a loss of 2. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Back to throw. Murray.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter. Makes this thing a little bit more interesting.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Throwing. Love.
A throw left side. It's hauled in by Golden.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs.
To about the 26 here.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And this one is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
The kick by McManus is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Pass midfield, look out. And he'll go out of bounds all the way down inside the 35.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. Pass complete there to Harrison. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's 1st and goal. Benson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start on past the 30. This is 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Love. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Love looking to throw it. Oh, a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Poyer. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
From the gun, Murray. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Murray to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here's first and 10. Love. That's taken in by Golden.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains and take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Here's Love. Over the middle, he's got Golden. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's first and 10 now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Now Love. Same target. It's Jacobs again. Fights through it. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Love looking to throw it. That's taken in by Watson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as to understand where they are in the field?
They'll come up first and 10 here. Love looking to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Love. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cardinals have just about sewn up this football game. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home,
that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Arizona, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.